Later this month, I will be inspecting that road and the wonderful interchanges that have been rolled out and supporting the whole transport network of that section of Kenya.
Lakini mimi nakuambia rais, ukifukuza Martha Koome usikanyange hapa Meru.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the backstory. If you're new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified whenever we post a new video. Now, ladies and gentlemen, President William Ruto is set to tour the central Kenya or Mount Kenya region in the next 2 weeks. And the tour is dubbed a development tour, but political pundits know that whatever President William Ruto is doing right now is more of political campaigns ahead of 2027 general election.
The dueling of Thika superhighway, and just for your information, now that road is all the way to Maroa in Nyeri. The road now has been dueled from where you left it by the support of your great organization. Now it went to Thika, Thika to Kenol. It was picked up from Kenol, now all the way to Nyeri. In fact, later this month, I will be inspecting that road and the wonderful interchanges that have been rolled out and supporting the whole transport network of that section of Kenya.
But the question is, how will Mount Kenya residents receive President William Ruto in his tour of the region? Because why are we saying so, or why are we asking so? This tour is coming ahead of a political tempo that was already been set by the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua.
Hii maneno kama sasa rais amepanga kufukuza Justice Martha Koome. And I want to tell you, my people of Meru, huyu rais tulimchagua, tulimpenda. Alikuja na Biblia, tukafikiria ni Mkristo, mtu mzuri. Alitudanganya, hakutudanganya. Tukamchagua. Kufika pale ametumia hiyo kiti kumaliza watu ya Mount Kenya. Ameanza na Rigathi Gachagua, amemfukuza. Akarudi akafukuza Metheka. Sasa amepanga jama ya kumfukuza Martha Koome. Na amepanga pale kotini anahonga watu kufukuza Martha Koome. Mimi nakuuliza Rais William Ruto, hii watu ya mlima walikupenda, walikupatia kura, uliwadanganya na Biblia. Umeamua kumaliza watoto wote kutoka mlima. Kiongozi yeyote ambaye hako na msimamo, umetupangia jama ya kutufukuza katika serikali katika Kenya. Na anataka akifukuza hii watu amalize biashara zote za watu ya mlima Kenya. Lakini mimi nakuambia rais, ukifukuza Martha Koome usikanyange hapa Meru. Mimi nataka nikuambie, ulifukuza Rigathi Gachagua, watu ya mlima wakanyamaza. Ukafikiria ni waoga. Tunakuambia rais, wewe panga jama, ufukuze Martha Koome, na wewe ukae Nairobi usikanyange hapa Meru tena ukifukuza Martha Koome.
So that video was recorded when the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua was in Meru region. So ahead of this tour by the president, there are 2 or 3 issues that is going to encounter. One is the perception that the president is targeting leaders from Mount Kenya region. Remember, just a week ago, some of the leaders, that is elected leaders who are allied to the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, were removed from key positions in parliament, that is committee position, head of committees in parliament, and they were replaced by leaders from the opponents, that is ODM. So there is that perception that has been created that he is targeting leaders from Mount Kenya region. But still, there are leaders who are still allied to the president, elected leaders who are still loyal to the president. So in this tour, the president would want to gauge his popularity still in central region. Because at the back of his mind, or ahead of 2022 general election, President William Ruto was viewed as a kingpin in central region. And some of the leaders that were elected through his intervention. And they did kind of pledge allegiance to him. And that is why some leaders in that region are still loyal to him. But the question is, will these leaders be given an opportunity to address the residents? And what will be the reception? Secondly, is the perception that in the eastern part of Mount Kenya, that is the Meru and Embu, two conflicting issues. One is that after Rigathi Gachagua was impeached, President William Ruto appointed Kindiki. So you want to gauge the effect of that appointment during this tour. How has that appointment been received in the Mount Kenya East? Is Kindiki that popular? And can he add something to his political basket ahead of 2027? The other issue is the fact that there is that perception that President William Ruto wants Supreme Court judges headed by Martha Koome, who comes from Meru region, out of office. And that discussion came up prominently when Rigathi Gachagua was in Meru just some weeks back. And during that time is when Rigathi Gachagua kind of gave a warning shot to the president that if he goes ahead and sends Martha Koome out of office, then they were not going to receive him kindly in Mount Kenya. So after all these threats by Rigathi Gachagua and other political leaders from that region, President William Ruto would want to see if he is still popular and the reaction of the region towards all his actions against their leaders. And he would want to also know or tell if the guys who are still loyal to him still have something to offer ahead of 2027. Another issue that the president will have to tackle is the perception that he's not initiated any development projects in that region, not only in Mount Kenya region, but in Kenya. Some of the projects that he's talking about, which is introduction of SHA, introduction of reduction of prices of fertilizers and all, that is something which is not being seen by Kenyans as real development. During this tour, he's also going to open up what we call the Makutano Nyeri dual carriageway or highway, which forms part of the Mau Mau Ring Road. This is a project which was initiated by former President Uhuru Kenyatta, but at some point it stalled because of economic issues. Contractors were not paid, they had to withdraw and all that. But fortunately, according to President William Ruto, it is now complete and is going to launch it. But will the residents view this as his development or something that has been done by his government, or it's something which was initiated, or they will see it as a project which was done or initiated by Uhuru Kenyatta? So the question that he will have to confront is, what kind of development has he brought to Mount Kenya region, or what is the new project that is going to initiate in Mount Kenya, and how will those projects be received? So that is something that we are going to observe, because whatever President William Ruto is doing right now is very bold, and we want to see how the reception will be. Will it be cold? Will it be lukewarm? Because that will inform his decision on how to handle the Mount Kenya region heading to 2027 general election. If he gets a lukewarm reception, then we'll have to go back to the drawing board and find something that can replace, or how he can replace the votes or the people that voted for him almost to the last man in the last general election. And which region is that region? But if he gets a very good reception, then he might be encouraged to continue going there ahead of 2027 general election. So ladies and gentlemen, it's a matter of wait and see as we head into his tour, which is, I think, scheduled in the next 2 weeks. So keep it here. We'll give you more updates. But if you are new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified whenever we post a new video. Until next time, bye-bye.